Yo, 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 Soup Squad! It's your boy Nimbo Soup again. Today I've got a guide for you guys. It had been a while, so I figured it was time we do another one. This one is on how to boom and zoom effectively for all my airmen out there. I'll go over everything from what booming and zooming even is, to how to set up the maneuver properly, how to execute it, and finally I'll end out with some live commentary demonstrations of me putting it to the test. Hopefully that'll help you guys with some situational specifics regarding the maneuver that might help you out in your own gameplay. I don't know, we'll see. If you enjoy, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the video. Before we get into how to boom and zoom, you first gotta understand what it even is so that you can know when you should use it. In general, and by my own definition, and quite simply put, booming and zooming is staying faster than your enemies, making high-speed passes on them, and using your speed to get separation in case you miss. There's obviously more to it than that, a lot of which we're going to go over throughout the video, but that's pretty much the main idea here. In theory, your speed is going to be high enough to get good initial positioning for a shot, and if you miss, still high enough to run, reset, and avoid getting reversed. Be careful trying this at Missile Thunder BRs, since missiles are going to be a lot faster than you. On that exciting note, faster planes are going to be your most effective boom and zoomers. Most notably, a lot of the American and the German fighters are particularly good for it. You know, your P-51s, P-47s, Focke-Wulfs, 109s. But that's definitely not to say these are the only planes you should try it in. The way I see it, it's possible to boom and zoom in anything. The only requirement is that you have higher speed in the moment than the enemy has. It's possible to boom and zoom people in any direction, not just on people below you, as long as you're fast enough. That doesn't really start being applicable until jets, but it's going to be easier if you get used to it early. Try not to think of it in terms of total energy. Try to think of booming and zooming in terms of speed, aka the energy you have to use at that instant, because you know, altitude or potential energy needs to be converted into speed before you can use it. So, to maximize your usable energy, aka your speed, let's go over how to properly set up to boom and zoom. Every maneuver starts with the proper setup, and this one is no different. Knowing what we know now about it, obviously we're going to want to have as much speed as we can for it, and in props especially, climbing is going to help us accomplish this. The more altitude you have, the more energy you have, and you can convert that energy into speed. Now, be careful, do not confuse speed and energy. I went over it a little bit in the last section, I'll go over it again just to make sure it's clear. Like I mentioned, speed is energy that you can use at that instant. Altitude is energy that first has to be converted to be used. It's stored energy. Being at 2,500 meters, for example, is not going to help you if you're stalling out, and the enemy's at 2,000 meters right behind you going 600 kilometers an hour. Most of the time in jets, you can just go your max speed in a straight line anyways, so it's not really as important. Let's just worry about props for now. If you do climb, maybe even a little bit to the side, gasp, I know, you can also just get up above the enemies and have free will to boom and zoom whomever you please, regardless of anything else going on in the match. I highly recommend that you climb and dive on people, trying to keep it more vertical, but I do understand side climbing can be boring. Regardless of how you achieve it, try not to get too caught up on the formalities here. The end goal is to just be faster than the opponent. And assuming that's true, you also do want to make sure your energy retention is at least decent so that you can keep that speed difference. To stay fast is to stay alive. But once you're sure you're faster, and you're sure you won't get skill issued if you do happen to miss and overshoot the enemy, you're set up and ready to start booming and zooming. Now that you've verified that you should boom and zoom, you're set up properly, you're fast, maybe even at higher altitudes, you're ready to start making it happen. The idea here is to make passes on the enemies. At the start, use your speed to get in position to take a shot at them. Preferably not head-ons. Remember, you're much faster than they are, so you don't want to throw away that advantage by giving them a 50-50. And try to be careful going for enemies at higher altitudes. It's definitely possible, just ensure that you don't lose too much speed in case you do miss and overshoot them. On that note, if you miss your shot on your first pass, do not attempt to stick to the enemy. If there's nobody else in the area, you could always just drop your throttle and air brake and pull your flaps out and try to sit behind them, but that's not booming and zooming and won't be a part of this video. You cannot get greedy sticking on an enemy too long trying to hit a shot on them. Most of the time, if the enemy is making a lot of adjustments and dodges, it's worth just pulling off the pass even if you haven't started shooting yet. The element of surprise is your best friend. Trying to replicate those fine adjustments is going to make you bleed speed and put you in a lot of danger of getting wrecked as you overshoot them. If you do miss, don't even worry too much. First, just prioritize getting as much distance between you and the enemy as you can before you prioritize setting back up for another shot. And remember, you're faster than they are, so this shouldn't be too much of a big deal. I don't recommend trying to climb again until after you're decently far away from the enemy and outside of the danger zone. In fact, most of the time I recommend a slight dive even to expedite getting out of that danger zone, but I have confidence you'll figure it out. Once you get the hang of it, you can even throw the enemy into an energy trap if they're following you hard enough, get a little fancy, but once again, not for this video. Outside of the danger zone, or at least once the enemy gets bored, try to start setting up to go for another shot, preferably from behind them or however you can. It's going to be different depending what the enemy does in that situation. And finally, do it all over again. I know that was a lot of talking, so I'm going to summarize and recap the main points here real quick. Keep your speed as high as possible, definitely higher than the enemy you're attacking. You'll get better at reading how fast planes in certain situations are as you play more. Make high-speed passes, preferably from behind, without committing so hard that you lose too much speed. The enemy might try to bait you into committing harder than you should. Do not fall for it. If you miss, only use small adjustments as necessary to dodge shots as you overshoot, focusing on keeping speed and getting your separation from the enemy. Once you're outside the danger zone, readjust your positioning, and rinse and repeat. I know that was a lot of talking and probably a lot to digest. If you made it this far into the video, respect. Drop me a comment down below letting me know. Anyways, I thought I should give you some examples, livecom style, that might be a little easier for you to watch and learn from than me just sitting here yapping. So, live soups coming on. Sit back, relax, take some notes if you want. I don't think it's that serious. And enjoy. Yo, 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 Soup Squad! It's your boy Live Soup again. I chose the P38 to demonstrate booming and zooming, only because it gets an air spawn, so it should be easy to get above everyone at the start and demonstrate what I'm trying to show you guys. If you're in something that doesn't get an air spawn, just make sure that you climb as well as you can, maybe even off to the side a little bit, and try your best to be above all the enemies. Even if you're not, hopefully you're in something that has a decent top speed and you can use that to get away from people that are above you if you need to. Starting out, we got a Yak 3. I'm not going to dive head on for him. I'm going to maneuver behind him, and then I'm going to dive on him from the rear. Hopefully he's not even paying attention. Looks like he is. My nose is kind of floating around, so it's going to be tricky to aim, and I missed. That's alright. We got a Focke-Wulf here. I guess he just J'd out. Interesting. We got a VL on the way up, so might as well go for him. Should be able to catch him just fine here. And let's get some aimers. I said let's get some aimers. There we go. Yak 3 is following us. Oh, he got some aimers. Wow. But we're faster than him, and we are extending away just fine. Like I said, slight adjustments here to dodge his shots. Try not to dodge into his shots like I am. And there we go. Make sure he's actually turning around before we commit. Don't really want to head on him. It's not what I'm trying to show here. Nope. Looks like he doesn't want to head on me either. That's fine. And aimers. Man, this thing really does not like pointing its nose, does it? There we go. Finally got him. Thanks for actually helping P47. Alright, let's show you guys what booming and zooming's all about on this J22. Drop our throttle so we're not going Mach Jesus straight into the ground. Actually, we're gonna have to pull off this. Odds this thing has an air brake? Nope. Unlucky. Diving on him from the rear, managing the speed. We got plenty of it.
Right now, bro?
Not going too fast though, so we compress into the ground and we shear his tail off. Spitfire's a little bit scary because it can just point its nose up and go vertical forever. But this is what I mean talking about speed versus altitude. Right now I'm just going to try to build up as much speed as I can so that I can put it into a climb and he won't be able to follow me up. He's just going to try to take me head on, I guess. Oh, it's the 30 cal one. And he has no idea my teammate's behind him. Interesting. Well done, brother. And we still lose because tickets are the best thing ever implemented. Hopefully you guys were watching the gameplay in the sections earlier, the app session. I played Boom and Zoomers on purpose to try to show you guys some examples in there, but we're going to see if I can't show you guys another couple examples here, live comm style. I do not like air spawn, boys. You know what, this is a boom and zoom video. We're going to do some boom and zooming. I assume my entire team is going for this guy as well, but that's alright. This also isn't a great angle. It is a bomber though, so I'm not too worried about it. Oh yeah, we got a teammate shooting at him. Severe damage. Perfect. Throttle back up. Pointer nose back up. I like to do gradual climbs to get my altitude back. It's not technically as efficient, if you will, if you go straight vertical, but really doesn't matter that much. First strike, baby. Yeah, it's a good thing I did that. I don't think we're doing too much booming and zooming other than that this match. Oh boy. Only concern is this BF-109. I don't think I can really outdive him, so I'm gonna do one head on here, and then other than that, we should be free to boom and zoom. Hopefully this guy has skill issues. Aimers? Oh yeah. Beautiful. You know, not all hope is lost. I don't know if they side climbed or just spawned in late, but you love to see a couple of P-51s at altitude on your team. Let me see if I can't boom and zoom this guy real quick before that Spitfire comes. And for some reason he's not diving away. Let's see if I can get some aimers. Beautiful. Spitfire is now above me, and the VL is moving in as well. This is not good. We're going to have to head on this guy. Missed. Alright, we're going to keep it straight, get our separation. I think there's going to be too many enemies to deal with here, but yeah, the VL has an angle on me. Let's see if he has cracked aimers or not. Other than that, I'm just going to run away. Minor adjustments. Ow. Just using my speed. Ooh, I got a P-51. I'm going to bait this guy for the P-51. Let's go. This is risque, but it's worth it. P-51, please. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's not good. That's gonna do it for this video. I went over pretty much everything we needed to, so I'm not gonna do a quick little recap. I will say, like I said in the video, you can boom and zoom in literally anything. The only requirement is that you're going faster than the enemy is in that moment. Other than that, feel free to do as you please with this maneuver. It's done a lot of good for me over my War Thunder career. I hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. Turn on those post notifications so you don't miss my uploads, and I'll see you all in the next one. You all know the deal. This is Nimbo Soup. Nimbo signing out. Peace out, fellas.